guys, this is Rashmeet Kaur and welcome back to my channel Kitabi Bully Ladki. I hope you all are doing fine. Now this is an extremely exciting video and I am extremely excited for this. As you can see from the title that this is the first collaboration video on this channel. Firstly, I am thankful to all these lovely booktubers who agreed to be a part of this video. Now talking about the topic of the video, as you can see from the title that we are gonna talk about one book that we wish was hyped. Honestly, we all love books and sometimes we love a book and then we realize that this book is not known by many other readers or has not got the attention it deserved. So in this video, all these booktubers will tell you that one book which they wish was hyped. So without any further ado, let's start the video.
Hello, I'm Renalini Raj. So Rashmeet asked me to talk about a book which I wish was hyped. The book I will talk about is Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. Now, if any of my viewer is a literature student, they will know that Things Fall Apart is already very popular in the academic circle. But I think that people outside the circle are not as aware about the worth, the importance of the book as people inside the circle. This book revolves around the process of colonization of Africa. It tells you about the life of people before colonization and how the process of colonization might have occurred and affected the people who lived there. Even though this book is not very big, but in those few pages there is immense power, potential to move the reader, to make the person realize so many things. So this is my recommendation. Thank you, Rashmeet, for having me here. Thank you. Bye.
Here is the problem with reading books that everyone else has read. It makes you more like everyone else. So sometimes I read books which are not popular. Hello everyone and welcome back to Rashmeet's channel Kitabi Bully Ladki, and I'm so glad that she asked me if I want to be the part of her collaboration video. As you know, the topic of this collaboration video, a book that I wish was hyped. So I found this not so much popular book, The Wolf of Oren Yarrow by K.S. Veloso. I wish this book was hyped. Bitch, queen, warrior, war, wife and mother. In The Wolf of Oren Yarrow, Taliin, the main character, is all of this and much more. K.S. Veloso's debut novel and the first book of the Chronicles of Bitch Queen series introduced us to a badass Taliin, our main protagonist. Taliin is a queen, Rael, the Icasal heir, whom she married to bring her homeland's warring clans together, has abandoned her and vanished. She is now the sole bearer of the monarchy's burden. She must survive and keep her country together, despite the fact that she was alone and facing warlords who want to see her fail and take her throne. It is a very emotional story with a lot of betrayal, danger and loyalty. This book has many twist stories and maybe for the first time a badass woman character who was also a mother. All of this combined with a vibrant and emotional cast of the characters in whom you quickly become invested makes for a thrilling read. It comes highly recommended from me. And once again, thank you Rashmeet for having me on your channel.
Hi everyone, I am Komal from the channel Pickup Books and thank you Rashmeet for having me on your channel. One book I wish that was hyped up is definitely A River in Darkness by Masaji Ishikawa. I don't think many people are aware about this book. That's why I want it to be a hyped up book. This book definitely changed the way that I see and perceive life in general. This is a story about a Japanese man who tries to escape from North Korea and his struggles while he was living there. This book alone, in the span of 300 pages, teaches so much about life that we fail to recognize in our day-to-day life. One main takeaway from this book is our privileges, how we take our privileges for granted and still whine about it. Our problems might seem so minimal in the eyes of a person who is starving for food. There was one incident in this book where the wife, she sold her blood to actually afford rice for her family, and that was harrowing to even read about. I wish more people read this book and I want this book to be hyped because I want people to read this and gather a lot of learnings from this book.
Hello everyone, I am Mansi from Readers and Creators and I am glad to be part of this collaboration. Thank you Rashmeet for asking me to do so. And yeah, a book I wish was hyped is A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry. This book is talked about but not hyped, and I wonder why. Because it's a masterpiece. Set in 1970s, this story talks about 4 different people came from different places and how they just lived through unexpected and unpredictable circumstances. Writing is beyond extraordinary and a story is utterly painful. It will just shook the deepest of your core. And I just recommend this book to every person and most specifically to every Indian, because this talk about the huge layer between rich and poor in our country. After finishing this book, you will feel more compassionate, more kind, more humble toward less privileged people, and you will feel more giving and more generous towards people sitting out there in streets and begging. This will impact you on the level that after finishing this book, you will try to make a difference in this world, even if it's with your tiniest step. And I just want every single book prize to win by this book and just make this author a millionaire, because this is the fantastic book and it's a thick book, so generally thick books are best.
So, hello, I'm Janki, and first of all, thank you so much, Rashmeet, for having me in this collaboration. And the topic you chose for this is absolutely phenomenal because I just want an excuse to talk about some of my favorite books in the name of underhyped books. The book that I'm going to talk about today is Sword of Kaigan by M.L. Wong. This book was severely underhyped and it recently got a little hyped up, but I still feel it's such an underhyped book. So Sword of Kaigan is this Japanese inspired fantasy book, and cherry on the top is it's a standalone fantasy, no commitments required. In this book we primarily follow this Kaiganese empire and particularly a small village in this Kaiganese empire. This village borders the neighboring empire who's also the rival empire of Kaigan, and so this village is greatly renowned for its border households. The men in this village are exceptional fighters and warriors, and they have the main responsibility of protecting mainland Kaigan from any rival attacks and wars. So yes, that is the setting we are following, and we primarily follow 2 main characters. One is Misaki and another is Memuru. So Misaki and Memuru are mother and son, both living in this village. Memuru is totally devoted for what he wants to do. He wants to protect Kaigan, and it's he blindly follows whatever the emperor says, and all the people in the village. So one day an entry of a foreign boy makes him realize, and that's the starting point when Memuru starts thinking critically about his own government. Whatever the Kaiganese government has been telling them, how it doesn't resonate with the facts that have been presented in front of them, and Memuru kind of starts questioning his government and should he be that loyal to that government. And on the other side we follow Misaki, who is Memuru's mother, and Misaki in her heydays, in her prime days, was a warrior as well. Misaki went to this foreign school where she learned all kinds of strategies, styles of fighting, and she was a full-on warrior. But her marriage to a man in this village changed everything, because this village is that traditional, conventional kind of a village that doesn't allow its women to step out of their houses to wield swords. So yes, she is still in that dilemma. She's still stuck up somewhere in her prime days, which she cherished so much. And now, being a mother of 4 sons, she has to face these challenges. And I can't tell you much about this book because it's so good. I think this is the best synopsis I could give. If you're still not convinced on picking this book up, let me tell you one more thing. The magic system in this book is out of the world, because firstly we follow elemental magic. So the bloodline that Memuru is descended from, they can control the fluidity of water. They can turn water into vapors, water into ice. They can make swords from ice, and all sorts of phenomenal things. And another thing is that it is Japanese inspired world, and the action sequences in this are amazing. Another thing is that if you're not a person who wants everything action packed, this book is like equally action packed and equally emotional. Nothing has been like taken for granted. Emotions, whenever scenes are emotional, I'm sure you'll cry, and whenever the scenes are adventurous and have action in it, you'll feel the thrill and adrenaline running through you. Please pick this book up, and like it deserves all the hype. And lastly, thank you so much for having me here on your channel, Rashmeet, and yes, bye.
Namaste guys, I'm Divya from channel Celebrity Research. First of all, thank you Rashmeet for having me on your channel to recommend a book that is not hyped enough for me. So I think you all might know my answer if you are my viewers, that what book I'm going to recommend you, or what book I think is not hyped enough. One and only, that is Unknown by Bhavani Iyer. I have recommended and talked about this book so much, still it is not hyped enough. I mean, I really don't know why people don't read this book, why they haven't known about this book yet, and why it's not famous. Like seriously, the author is just authored such a splendid job in this book, and I really love this book. So this book is about the 60s and 70s type of Kolkata, and there is two main leads in this book, that is Debuttam and Urvish. That Debuttam is the Valde Zamindar's son, and Urvish is a fisherman's son. But the thing that connects both of them is writing. One could kill for writing and one could die for writing. So I really hope this book would get so much hype that it deserves. The writing style, the whole setting, the whole book is so beautiful, so mesmerizing, and so just breathtaking for me that I would really love it to receive the hype that it deserves.
Hey there fellow book nerds, this is your misfit reader Talib from High on Books. First of all, a big thanks to Rashmeet for having me on our channel for this collaboration. I truly appreciate it really means a lot. Thanks. Now, talking about a book that I wish was hyped. Well, it has to be The Face in the Frost by John Beliers. The Face in the Frost is a fantasy horror novel, and if I'm not wrong, it was written in the year 1969. It was written as a homage to my favorite author J.R.R. Tolkien, and the best thing is, you can see Tolkien's influence throughout this book. The story is about these two misfit old wizard friends, Prospero and Roger Bacon, who find themselves in a grim situation when odd and horrifying things started to happen all over their world. So there was this evil magical power which meant to harm these two people. But these two, Prospero and Roger Bacon, refuses to give in to their fear and decides to fight this thing. And that is the basic plot about the story. This is one of the finest stories that I've read. And I'm not exaggerating it, guys. Lynn Carter, when this book got released, praised it by calling it one of the best fantasy novels to come out after The Lord of the Rings. And if that doesn't prompt you to read this book, I do not know what will. The reason I'm talking about this particular book today is, it's a classic, and sadly very few people these days knows about it, and it's kind of fading. And I strongly believe people should know about books that helped the fantasy genre grow, that contributed towards this genre, that inspired the scores of writers. And this is one of those books. So I recommend you to read this book, and I truly appreciate it if you did.
The book that I'm going to recommend for this video is Carpet Weaver by Nemat Sadat. Now, I have talked about this book quite a few times on my Instagram channel, but not on YouTube. Before telling you a brief about the story, let me tell you that why I chose this particular book for this video. Now, we all know that what is going in Afghanistan, Taliban coming back to power, and everybody is questioning the status of women and children. But we are forgetting that there is another marginalized and vulnerable community, and that is of LGBT+. Now, this author, Nemat Sadat, he himself is the first gay from Afghan, and he is considered to be a national threat for that. I guess he is also exiled from the nation. So this is although a fictional story, but very much inspired from his own accounts and experiences. The story follows the life of this boy Kanishk Noorzada, who is from a wealthy family, but he knows that he's a gay from his teenagehood. Now, at that time, when the novel is written, it's like 1990s period. So Taliban is not in power, but still there are political tensions going on. Homosexuality is considered to be a sin, but still people are not being executed for that. Now, when Taliban will come in power, what will happen to Kanishk? What will happen to his love? So that is the story. So there are a lot of political references, and there are a lot of things that we can anticipate if you have read Khalid Hosseini's book. But still, I think the writing is exceptional, and coming from a LGBT plus community, this novel is a must read, especially in today's time.
Thank you Rashmidi for having me on your channel. Hi everyone, I am Diksha from channel Diksha Reads, and the book I want that it should be hyped. It has a very good rating on Goodreads, but I haven't seen much people on BookTube and Bookstagram talking about it. So the book is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. This is one of the most beautiful book I have ever read. It is a very deep spiritual book of poetry and philosophy. The book is about a prophet who is about to sail to his homeland after living 12 years in a foreign city, and when he is just leaving, people of that city ask him to share some words of wisdom for them and their future generation on different topics of life like love, marriage, joy, sorrow, eating, drinking, crime, punishment, friendship, and many more, and he answers in such a beautiful philosophical way. This is a book for those who are willing to see abstractly and searching for a deeper meaning in life. It is the perfect piece of literature, and it is so beautiful that you want to underline every single passage in it. This is a book that everyone should read once in their life. I have read it couple of times and can read it again and again, because every time I read there is always something new to learn. Let me read few lines from this book on joy and sorrow. Some of you say joy is greater than sorrow, and others say no, sorrow is the greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable. Together they come, and when one sits alone with you at your board, remember that the other is asleep upon your bed. Oftentimes we seek for happiness, but when sorrow comes, we are like, why this is happening to us? But we need to understand that joy and sorrow go like side by side, and no person can be happy all the time, and no one can be sad all the time. Let's take an example of rose. Like, its fragrance touch our heart, but whenever we try to touch it, we get hurt because of its thorns. And this signifies that whenever we want to achieve something big in life, something that gives us comfort and happiness, we have to go through hardships. And this book has a lot to say. If you haven't read it, give it a try. It's worth reading.
Hello, I'm Aishwarya from Books and Other Wild Dreams, and I'm really excited to be a part of this video. So the book, according to me, that should be hyped is Flawed, written by Cecilia Ahern. I read this book when I was in college, and I absolutely loved the plot, the characters, and I loved the author's writing also. This book is actually a duology, and the next is called Perfect, and these books are really great. I love the main character so much, and that is why I think it should be hyped. The book is about Celestine North. She is 17 years old, and she is a model daughter, a very good sister, and a good citizen too. She has, a very loving boyfriend. It's all sorted teenager life, but unfortunately she lives in a dystopian society where if you do a very minute, thing that is not according to their laws, it is not even illegal, just something that is not according to their law, you can be flawed, and you can be branded flawed, and there will be a big F seared into your skin. It can be seared into your temple, palm, feet, tongue, and chest. And this is how the society is. And even Celestine thinks that the people who are seared with the flawed mark, they have actually done something wrong, until she does something and she is put behind bars, and she's put in front of court to justify herself. The book is really great. The other thing that I loved about this book is the character development of all the characters. Celestine, how she starts in this book and how her character progresses towards the end of this book and also in the next book is actually commendable. How she was a very scared teenager in the starting and how she becomes a fierce, brave girl in the next book is actually commendable, and that is how people become in the face of adversity. So I really love that. And not only her, all the other characters also go through a various, development throughout these two books. And that is it. What is the situation is. Adversity changes you and brings out the best or the worst in you. And that is shown in the books really well. The book actually holds up a mirror to the society that we live in. The book also talks about how the media and the society responds or reacts to a scandal, which can be really very dangerous. The book shows so many things, and it actually shows the things that are flawed within our society too. I think it tells us to see more than what is laid before us and to stand up for what we believe in and to defend those beliefs. So I love this book when I was in college, and I think that nobody talks more about these books, and the story, the plot, the characters are really, really great. There were instances where I cried reading this book, so I absolutely enjoyed this, and I think that they should be hyped. So that's it from me.
Lastly, I thank all these booktubers who took out time to make a video for this collaboration. And I have linked all their channel in the description box. So make sure you follow each of these booktubers. Keep reading. Thank you.